This is episode 7, you gamer family. This is episode 7. Yeah. Let's go. We're back to Cindered Shadows, baby. Yeah, the reason why I didn't save all the supports that I did last week is because I used the autosave. Duh. Not that hard. I want to get 2 of these maps done today. So probably no supports in this video.
We're all done here, boss. Oh, but more
Why
importantly...
does the intro of that sound like the intro to Big
We'll
Step?
discuss that another time. For now, tend to your mission. Don't worry. No one will die. We'll get everyone out safely. Once the trap is set, shift your focus to protecting the Abyssians. Just in case things go south. Oh, it's you. I was just heading off to ambush our attackers. You'll help with that, won't you?
Oh, does that mean your enemies are drawing near?
Very good. The scouts I sent to the surface spotted some...
Wow, that was so
They closed off
condescending.
the entrance they used last, but it seems they've already found another.
This is bad. We've got to evacuate everyone from Abyss as quickly as possible.
That won't be necessary. They'll be back soon.
Huh? Who?
Why do I have to go? No matter what we do, we're all just gonna die in the end anyway.
Sure, but if we do nothing, we'll die a lot sooner. I assume the corridor is successfully camouflaged?
But of course, our decoy shall prevent those scoundrels from chancing upon our living quarters. Do note that I am the bait upon your hook. If we fail, I shall be left dangling in the wind. But it must be done, I fear. And so, I will most happily accept the starring role in this.
They're at the entrance. They'll be coming in from the east.
The east. Good. We're well placed. Go ahead and draw them deeper into Abyss, just like we planned. I'd like to know that myself. But first things first. We've got to make it through this encounter. Launching small counterattacks on the surface won't accomplish anything. It could also earn us the scorn of the church, if it gets messy. Which it will. That's why we have to lure the enemy underground before we take them out. I know the perfect spot.
Admit it, pals. You're knee-deep in this, just like us. There's no turning back now, right?
Of course not. If there's any way we can help your cause, we won't turn our backs on you.
That's right.
I
We
might.
will not stand idly by
'Cause I don't
while
care
danger
about you.
befalls the innocent people of Abyss.
If we can capture the enemy, we can perhaps learn the reason behind their relentless attacks.
You chuckle, but it's true.
Excited, are you? Fine. We could use more bodies to throw at our enemies. Thanks for volunteering.
So long as they're fighting with us and not against us, I don't care how excited they are. Let's get to it! Wow, an underground arena, huh? You sure know some great spots, Yuri.
I heard about this place from someone back in town. It hasn't been in use for a long time. I figured it could prove useful. So I spent some time clearing out the debris that was blocking the entrance.
It seems to be a revitalized ruin. Perhaps it was originally a reception hall or something similar.
Perhaps. Honestly, all of Abyss feels like a ruin.
This place is magnificent. It is just spacious enough to contain my glory. I shall not hold back here.
Large, isolated. I wonder if it would be okay for me to sigh here.
If Happy sighs, monsters come running. No, I'm not kidding.
I'm not sure what you could possibly mean by that.
I wish, Happy, but no. Absolutely no sighing. And Constance, be glorious in moderation. Understood? This place is so big that if it collapses, all of Abyss will fall with it. The whole reason we're luring our enemies here is to avoid damaging Abyss. Don't lose sight of that.
I am well aware of our aim.
Sure, but that doesn't mean we can trust you to show restraint.
You as well? I cannot fathom why I am being treated in such a way. It is the duty of the nobility to preserve the people's safety. Do you truly believe that I would destroy Abyss in my efforts to save it? Preposterous.
That would cause trouble for Elfie too. If the underground collapses, he's the one who will have to answer for it.
You must know Alfric, yeah? He's a bigwig in the church, but a friend of Abyss. He's the one who opened up this place to folks with nowhere else to turn. Folks like us. He gave us a home, a new life.
It is Ulfric himself who put forth the idea of establishing the Ashen Wolf House. Sadly, he faces opposition within the church, and so he cannot openly deploy the knights to aid us.
That means Alfric relies upon us to protect the people who live here. Us, and now you. I hope you're ready, Professor. We're counting on you.
You are a professor at the Officers Academy, are you not? You may not be our instructor, but I cannot think of a more fitting title to call you.
Seems like you're with us now. We'll owe you one.
Time to knock some sense into their thick skulls. They picked the wrong strangers to mess with.
Okay. Gamer family, I remember this map being the absolute definition of absolute trash. Honestly, I just remember most of these maps being really trash. There's one that I actually do like. A lot of the maps in this DLC are reused from the base game. The thing is, we actually haven't had them in the base game yet. Which means it's actually the first time we see a lot of these maps in this playthrough. This is not one of those maps, however, so... Fetters of Domi gives... Dromi gives an... X. No, okay. Gives an excellent amusement to whoever has it on. I don't think you need a Crest of Alban. I cannot remember. Doesn't matter. You have to do a paralog to get it in the main game. I'll definitely be putting it on Yuri. Obviously, all of our units essentially are right there. And the Ashen Wolves are right in the center, right? Yep. Looked like... Looks like Ave Seed, not... I don't know. Just save and go. That's my motto. Save and go.
Ah! Knew following those shady kids was a bad idea. This place is massive.
They actually fell for it. Let's get this done.
Other mercenaries are on their way. We left a nice little trail of crumbs for them to follow. We'll need to take them all out, or they'll just keep coming. Let's pull together.
Yeah, so now I just need to kill everyone. I actually did reclass Edelgard, just so that she has more movement. I'm just gonna... Oh, that's right, stat bind. Because I don't want to waste the weapon durability. For a miss. You're Dimitri. I thought Ash was Dimitri for a second. Awkward. I hate these flippers of voids. There we go. Who's someone that needs the XP? I mean, technically, Linhardt and Edelgard, but neither of them are going to be able to get that attack there. So. Oh, that's right. I also meant to go through the skills and read just the skills. I'll probably do that after this video.
Ready and willing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, whoever you can kill him, you can kill him. So let's do him. It's so nice having Cantor, I will say. I'm just so, I typically play, some of my most played Fire Emblem games are ones with Cantor, so having Cantor back is so nice. That being the Yggdrasil games, the Tellius games that really have it. I think it's probably just the best to move these guys to the south. To my knowledge, Balthus has really bad stats in here.
Fresh corpses, but here goes.
Sally forth.
Anyway, Seth, you should talk about something.
Sure thing.
That's all you got?
Yep.
I'm not quite sure what to talk about.
You're a real pain in the neck, you know that?
Like, use like a random number generator or use some kind of like random topic decider type thing. That could be interesting.
Be careful who you choose to follow. I suppose it's too late for that now, isn't it?
I have
Who
moved
would be
everybody.
the worst person to be stuck in an elevator with? How about the best person stuck in an elevator with?
No one.
Or
I
both?
don't like elevator. I don't like being in elevators with people. To begin with, so nobody.
What about like stuck in just a random area?
I don't know, just someone that I could actually talk to. If it's someone that actually is interesting and has stuff that like anyone that's interesting and I have something in common with, I think would be fun. Okay, I'd like it if my Axios could actually fucking hit. But that's ridiculous. I get it, Intelligent. I get it, Fire Emblem. You want your DLC maps to be challenging, but don't make it challenging at the cost of your axe units never actually getting a hit, because it pisses me off. This Felzine looks the exact same way. Oh my goodness.
Why do you think sports are common across almost all cultures present and past?
What's common?
Why do you think sports are common across almost all cultures present and past?
Because they're a form of entertainment. And they're easy to understand, which means... And entertainment that's easier to understand is more likely to get widespread. You can't hit? That's unfortunate.
Which do you prefer, fall or spring?
Fall! I don't like cold, but I'm still gonna go with fall here. Spring is nasty because of allergies. And especially lately with how our years have been going, fall's actually been really nice and a lot more temperate. As essentially, it starts a lot more like summer, where spring starts a lot more like winter. So, I like that.
Close call.
How many more units are there? Oh, cool. When I kill this guy, there's either going to be a bunch of reinforcements or the map's going to end. I really hope the map just ends.
This
Knew it.
can't be the place.
Well,
Can it?
it was option one.
More visitors already? Allow us to offer you a premature burial.
Damn rats! Out of the way.
That's unfortunate. I was hoping this map would be over. I mean, just look at even the map itself just is not interesting. Like, it splits your army in two, and that's really the only even remotely interesting thing about the map. But I don't consider that an interesting enough thing. It's just this map's just a giant ass square. I bet the next reinforcements are over there. And then over there! And wow! Then you do all 4 corners! Wow! So fun, wacky, zany! Epic, wacky, zany gamer moment.
Not bad.
So zany, zanester. I wonder what it'd be like to be as epic, zany zanesters. Fire Emblem. 3 houses. Released for the Nintendo Switch. You're so close yet so far. I'll just have Yuri kill him. Okay, let's have Hilda get a kill. So that she can get a level up. Oh, wow, you actually hit! I'm so proud of you. Okay, low units, you're low leveled. I'll have you do it. Punch him to death. Brawling's like the weirdest weapon type, because you're just punching to death. I don't know, I'm not... I mean, it's something different, but that's really all I have to say on it. Cool, you only need to hit once, and you hit once. Huh, no cancer, I must have moved to the maximum range. I'll put you on the XP tile. Yeah, baby! And Claude's actually pretty good gameplay-wise in here. Claude is actually pretty, just in general, good unit gameplay-wise. Not even just in... All the 3 of the house leaders are really good units gameplay-wise. Yuri's definitely the weakest house leader from a gameplay perspective, both in DLC and base game. I'll just do that. Training gauntlets are like worthless, bruh. Oh, cool. You have healing too, Yuri? Thanks. Oh, yeah. And the Fetters of Dromi also give Canter. Canter can't hurt. I'm funny. I'm so funny. That's probably gonna be the video title, Alex. That's what we all been saying for like ages, YouTube. I'm a funny man. I'm just so funny. On the right side, I don't have a lot to say complaining wise. I've already got most of my complaints out, so that's on the bright side of things. I'm the no complaint machine for once. For once. Oh, are you actually like proper? Oh, you're proper dark magic. I didn't even realize that. Get a crit. Okay. Don't get a critical. That's cool. Yeah, go get him, Claude. Go get him, Claude! Go clod all over him. That guy just got clotted on. He was having a mighty fine time and then he got clotted all over.
Ooh.
I hate you, enemy. Actually, no, I despise you, enemy. Because my flippin' unit couldn't flippin' hit. Thank you, Ash, for actually kind of being decent. Oh, and look at that! Even more reinforcements! How fun!
I wonder if it's around here somewhere.
All we have here are your buddies' carcasses. Maybe you should turn around and go home.
Oh, seriously? You're in enemy range? Bruh. There we go. Fixed. But that's still such a bruh moment. Have I? Yes, I have used everyone. Oh, hey, wow, that's a lot of units on the map. I wonder how many of them are going to be annoying to fight. Okay. So what's the range on this gambit? Well, yes, it will get... No, it only works on one, huh? What one do you have?
On it.
Oh, I'm just doing a bunch of gambits. 'Cause why not? Wow, you actually are probably gonna kill. That's so nice, Hilda. Thank you. Mini bow doesn't kill because mini bow doesn't double. But that bow doubles. Are you able to hit? Oh, yes, you are. Well, Ash, you're actually kind of being good. For once in your pitiful life. So congratulations. You're not the worst thing in existence. Yeah, that definitely deserves an applause. Oh, you're supposed to use her rally so that people don't miss. Like the Black Plague. I wanted to foul play with Claude, but I guess I won't. I mean, once I discovered what foul play was, I wanted to do that. But that's handy. That's really handy, actually. Wow! Oh, wow, you're actually... decently leveled all of a sudden, Hilda. What? Have I already used your gambit? What about you? What's your gambit like? That's pretty epic, gamer. I'll just put Claude right there. Boom, boom. Then move him south. I guess it didn't help as much as I was originally hoping, but oh well. Oh, really? Okay. I'll have you kill that guy. I do love that extra attack range. It is quite handy.
Now I need
And oh, that's actually not a bad level up. Happy, I haven't really used Happy all that much in the main game, but she is supposed to be good. Oh, it switches enemies. I was wondering what that button was doing. Nice! Dimitri is just the highest level of everyone.
I will get stronger yet.
Gotta love it. Okay. Wait, really? That's it? Oh, Ash, you actually deal damage. It's actually wild. I wish my base game Ash was actually anywhere near as good as this Ash. Because this Ash actually isn't trash. And I'm shook. I'm shooken up, YouTube. I'm in shock. Gonna need like therapy or something for this Ash actually kind of not sucking ass. It really is wacky. Wacky gamer. Okay, I really hope you can kill. You can. Cool, this map is almost done. Oh, there's probably gonna be more reinforcements I kill this piece of trash, huh? Whoa. It's always Claude that dies. It's always Claude. Always has to be Claude.
Seems like a skill issue.
Yeah, Claude is a skill issue. His existence is a skill issue.
My splendor.
Okay, is the map over? No. There's a whole nother set of reinforcements.
All right, where's the treasure? I've had it with these Abyssians.
Jeez, will it ever end? I love a good brawl, but I'm sick of looking at these fools.
If my eyes don't deceive me, there's actually another wave of reinforcements after that! I should be fine without Claude. He's all my highest leveled units anyways. I think I'm just gonna try and center formation. Just get set to the center.
Luck is on my side.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be nice to get everyone to the center. I'm just trying to think of what all the maps are. Oh.
The worms will feast tonight. That sword awaited you in the holy mausoleum. Show me its power.
I don't want to kill him. Ten might in the crescent in the sickle. How much might does like that have? Oh no, never mind. It's not worth it. The crescent sickle is not worth it. Never mind. So, yeah. They just ignore the Death Knight. Not worth it, bruh. Just not worth it, bruh. What is the point of having him just show up and say hello there? Is that like the what? Remind us that we're still playing the same game, that we're still playing 3 houses? Is that like its whole purpose? It's like I know I was playing 3. I know I'm playing 3 houses. 3 houses. You don't need to remind me by throwing in one of the most useless characters in this game. Like, I'll probably hold off on talking about why I don't like the Death Knight until later. But I just don't think he's really anything worth caring about.
I have no...
Oh, Death Knight news. Okay, cool. Death Knight moves. Cool, Death Knight moves, YouTube. In case you didn't know. Because I didn't. I probably should have expected it. You have... Oh, you're not happy. You're Constance. I got a little bit confused. But you can still kill that guy.
Sure, pal.
Just take out all these fellas. Okay, can I try and, like, heal? Ah! Am I able to get Balthus from here? No. Okay, not necessarily as close as I'd hoped. I can still use physics to do a lot of healing on him. As long as none of the Ashen Wolves die this turn, I should be able to beat this map next player phase. Why is he taking the long way around? You know, I'm not even going to care. I'm not even going to complain. Wow! You got a hit! That's incredible! And now she's higher level than happy. There we go. Pretty much everyone's level 22 now. Who isn't? Pretty much everyone is. I'll have Linhardt do something first before I kill the final non-Death Knight enemy. Oh, he's even almost level 22. I'll let Yuri get the kill, because he's the house leader.
I've indulged too much. I take my leave for now.
Honestly,
Bye.
what a nuisance.
Nice, that map is done.
Boss, that's the last of them.
Good. Finally. Thanks for all the help, everyone.
I ain't going down without a fight. I'm taking you with me, punk.
I will not allow it.
Elfric, you're here. Well, shall we capture this fool?
Elfric, how serendipitous that you have come to our aid.
I am relieved that I wasn't too late. I do hope my presence proved useful.
No doubt about it. We needed the backup.
Professor, I do believe this is the first time our paths have crossed, is it not? Of course, I have heard all about you from Her Grace, the Archbishop. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Elfric. The Church has granted me custodianship of Abyss. Indeed. And despite my responsibilities, I am but a humble monk. I am sure you have already been told about Abyss's unique situation. For varying reasons, all of the inhabitants here are unable to live a peaceful life on the surface. People like the Dagdans and Almirans, who suffer undue persecution across Fodlan. The poor and the sick, who were forced into Abyss. Not to mention all the other unfortunate souls who ended up here. I believe it is my sacred duty to provide a place for those who have nowhere else to go.
Right. And the poor and sick living in a sunless crypt helps them... how?
Enough, Claude. Please, forgive my friend, Elfric. We would love to hear more. In all honesty, I understand his concern. I dearly wish I could provide a better life for my flock. But it would appear that Her Grace and most of the Church consider the existence of Abyss to be something of a nuisance. No? I've heard tell of those within the Church who intend to purge Abyss.
That's the church for you. They make a big deal out of helping the helpless, when it suits them.
We can't just sit back and accept the way things are. We've got to fight the system. Sure, I'm here to hide from literally countless bounty hunters, but I'm not the only one in need. You're in a bad way too, Happy. We can't just let the church walk all over us.
Too true. For the sake of all who dwell in Abyss, we must help dear Elfric to turn the tide.
I am overwhelmed with gratitude. Your fervent support is all the reward I could ask for. As for you, Professor, I must beg a favor of you. The Ashen Wolves are a house in name alone. They are eager students with no teacher to guide them. If you could find it in your heart to take them under your wing, I would be most grateful. Naturally, your official duties take precedence, so you need only help out when your schedule allows.
Wait a minute, Elfric. Where's this nonsense coming from?
I second that question. We have no need of a professor when we have you.
Dear flock, I am a mere guardian. I can protect you, but I cannot enrich your minds. Though I call this gathering an academy house, I have long lamented that it isn't truly so. Now, I am blessed with the opportunity to correct this. The professor who stands before you has garnered a great deal of acclaim on the surface. A most trustworthy and esteemed teacher, to say the least. What's more, I happen to be acquainted with the father of this fine individual. I was born and raised in Garrick Mach, so I often had the opportunity to spend time with him. Your mother as well. She was a cherished friend of mine. I was even present for their wedding. With parents like yours, I have no doubt that you possess the kindness and patience necessary to guide these students.
But...
It'll be fine. It's not like we're strangers anymore. Say, Elfric, don't you need to take care of those thieves?
Ah, right you are. Please, excuse me. Oh, and one more thing, Professor. If ever you would like to hear more about your parents, I would be delighted to share my memories with you.
Now, YouTube, I was going to be a bold man and do another map.
Cindered Shadows. The Rite of Rising.
I don't think I am, because we're already at 40 minutes. I think I'm just going to finish off all of the supports.
Professor, to what do I owe this pleasure? Ah, yes, of course you do. I will gladly tell you all that I know. Where to begin? If you
Seems
have
like a nice guy.
particular in mind, please ask and I shall answer as
Oh,
best I
yeah,
can.
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Kind and wise. I would often see her in the library, her nose always buried in a book. Gerald was very much then as he is now. His knights would have done just about anything for him. Whenever he had time to spare, he would instruct the children of the monastery in combat and tactics. Just like those wide-eyed youngsters, your mother and I made a hero of him in our minds. When I learned that Gerald and Citri were to be married, I was quite surprised. Back then, Gerald was something of a mentor to me. As for Citri, she found it difficult to express her emotions. It was only when she was gazing at Gerald that I ever saw her smile. A smile that rivaled the very sun. His tales of the outside world must have seemed like a lifeline for one as frail and guarded as she. Indeed, she lacked the strength to travel beyond the monastery. The only souls she ever spoke with were a select few within the monastery walls. I can picture it now. The stories he told her, his striking words, and his boisterous laugh. Listening to him must have given her a great deal of hope. As for me, I could never have become like Gerald, as much as I wished for it. I suppose I did. He would tell stories from a century ago as though he had lived them himself. No matter how fervently one studies the stories of old, that is no easy task. Professor, you traveled with Gerald before coming here. You must have seen a great many things, yes? Forgive me for overstepping, but do you not regret foregoing your travels to take up residence here?
I can't remember if I did a thumbnail image. I don't think I did. I'll do it now.
I see. Well, so long as you are satisfied, it is not my place to question your decision. To shape young minds must afford you a unique perspective on the world. I am certain my unsolicited advice is nothing but a nuisance, but please,
yeah, it is.
Hear me out. It is my hope that you will live a full life, experiencing the world, fostering strong relationships with people. Do so for dear Citri, whose wish to experience such things shall regretfully never be granted. I cannot deny it. It is my own stubborn notion, one that Her Grace will likely not think kindly of. Beyond my personal motive, I believe that you alone can guide my flock to even greater heights, and perhaps you will learn from them as well. But I have taken enough of your precious time. Know that I am here for you, always.
Pray tell, Yuri, did those foul bandits whom we bested at the arena confess to anything?
Not a word. And I wouldn't name names. I got the feeling they didn't know much themselves. However, one thing is clear. Whoever hired them is after something here in Abyss.
Yeah, that's gotta be it. They must have been on a treasure hunt or something.
A treasure hunt here? I don't get it. What is there to find in these dingy tunnels?
Good question.
Looks like this is ringing a bell for you. Well, something does come to mind, but the notion is preposterous at best.
Never discount a wild hunch. Sometimes they're closer to the truth than you'd think.
Any lead will do, so long as it helps determine our next course of action. Please, go on.
As you wish, though again, it is quite far-fetched. You see, there is a long-standing legend here. It is said that deep underground, below even Abyss, is a place called the Chasm of the Bound, wherein lies the Chalice of Beginnings.
I've never heard of it, but chances are it's some kind of sacred artifact belonging to the church.
I once happened upon an old document that mentioned a ritual called the Rite of Rising. The text was incomplete, so I was unable to achieve a full understanding of the topic. I cannot even guarantee the authenticity of what I read. But it stated that the Chalice of Beginnings is a sacred object, crafted by order of Saint Seros herself. Saint Seros apparently used the artifact to carry out the Rite of Rising, along with the 4 apostles. It is a ritual that is believed to have the power to resurrect a life that was lost. However, the ritual failed. The 4 apostles bound the chalice, so that it would never fall into a mortal's hands.
The Rite of Rising, huh?
Ah, yes! The Chalice of Legend! My father mentioned it to me a very long time ago. A secret treasure of the church. A chalice, powerful enough to resurrect the dead. Exhilarating, no?
Quite. It is no small wonder that people are after it.
Even so, we still don't have much to go on. We must gather more information about this legend at once.
I wholeheartedly agree. I will do all I can to track down more clues within the monastery. Although Garrett Mach's library is so well curated, I doubt any further records will be found.
Wondrous! We shall do all that we can as well.
Okay, gamer family, we're gonna get a decent amount of the supports done, probably. Will we finish all of them? Probably not. It is worth noting, YouTube, that when we get to the other houses, I'm gonna almost do nothing during the monastery part of the game. It'll almost entirely be just like, oh, here's a chapter and all that. Cut. We'll be back next time and all that kind of stuff. Like, I won't show any of the quests or anything because they're all like the same. But that's like 30 plus videos away. So this series is a long one, YouTube. That's for certain. That's just 3 houses, though. Oh no, that yawn was bad.
I must have left it in the library. Oh, is that Felix? Hey, Felix. This is a surprise. I didn't think you had much interest in books. I'm already finished with that one. You can borrow it if you'd like.
No need. I was just curious who it belonged to.
Why not read a few pages at least while you've got it open? I think you'd really like it. The plot is pretty different from a typical knight's tale, but it's still really good. Do you like stories about adventure and chivalry?
No, I despise them.
Yeah, well, have you tried reading any? You might find them really interesting. I know I do.
What do you find so interesting?
Well, for one thing, the knights in these stories are always gallant and brave. And they always value things like friendship, loyalty, and justice. That's the kind of knight I want to be.
Ridiculous. Friendship, loyalty, justice. Only fools allow their lives to be ruled by such nonsense. Fools who get themselves killed for nothing, only to be celebrated as heroes in books like this. Writers of these stories are worse than tyrants. They seize control of people's thoughts.
That's a little much. I was only interested in...
I don't care. Such blind enthusiasm is dangerous. Be more moderate in your passions.
You know something, Felix? You are exactly like the knight in this story.
Excuse me?
On the surface, he's sarcastic and intimidating, but underneath, he's kind and cares for his friends. In the end, they become heroes together and conquer all obstacles.
Disgusting. Stop looking at me like that.
Oh, see, right there. That's just what I mean. You sound exactly like him. I'm going to lend you this book, really, I insist. Just give it a read, all right? Trust me, and you can tell me what you think when you're done.
Why is this happening?
Oh, that's interesting. Interesting, the 2 Black Eagle supports he has. Those are interesting choices. I would think he'd have one with Caspar, but he doesn't.
Here you go, Felix. Have some tea.
Oh.
Sorry, but we're all out of cakes. Should I bake some more?
Please, don't.
Oh, your clothes are so dirty. Let me wash them for you.
Mercedes, what's wrong with you?
There's nothing wrong with me. I'm just making tea. Is there something wrong with that?
You're not my mother. You don't have to bother with all this. I can do without it.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. You just remind me so much of my little brother.
I do?
Yes, his name is Emile. We have different fathers, but we grew up in the same household. That is, until I was about 8 or 9 years old. I haven't seen him since then.
Sorry to state the obvious, but I'm not your brother. I'm not Emile. Can't you find someone else to bother?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll leave you alone. Please help yourself to more tea if you'd like. I can leave the pot. Goodbye.
I am me, Felix Hugo Fraldarius. There is no one else. Brother.
Oh no, this isn't right. Now what am I supposed to do?
What's the matter, Mercedes?
I accidentally made this food much sweeter than I wanted.
Let me taste it. Yeah, a little sweet. What if we try adding a few spices?
Huh? This is delicious! You're an amazing cook, Ash!
My dad used to own a restaurant. I helped out a lot around the kitchen, even as a little kid.
Wow, that's a lot of responsibility to take on at an early age. No wonder you always work so hard. I might learn something if I watch you cook.
Well, no promises. I just have a little bit of experience, that's all. But look at you, you're great at baking cakes.
It's true that I'm quite good at baking, but I'm not the best when it comes to seasoning. Maybe it's because I don't like spicy food? It's tough to make food taste good when you don't enjoy it. I just had an idea. If the reason I can't cook spicy food is because I don't like it, then all I have to do is eat some spicy food. If I learn to like it, then I'll be better at making it, right?
I don't know, maybe. What makes you say that?
No. None of that matters. Once I've made a decision, I have to go with it. I'll make something spicy right away.
Oh, this won't end well. If I leave her to it, she'll make an even bigger mess.
Hey, Ash, which seasonings should I use? These ones?
Hold on, Mercedes. Let me show you. That one goes best with meat, but for stir-fry, what you really want is this.
Oh, Ash, are you here to study too?
I am. It's quiet here. Easier to concentrate.
It really is. Hey, would you like to study together? We can help each other out if we get stuck.
Oh, yes. We'll get a lot more done working together.
What's the matter, Ash?
This question's got me stumped. A ballista inside a castle is ready to fire at enemies outside. What angle should be used for the shot? Assume the ballista is the same as those in Garreg Mach. Ignore the effects of wind. This is for defensive strategy, isn't it? Why is it so complicated? Don't you just aim and fire?
It may help to focus on maximizing target accuracy to reduce your miss rate. To start, let's sort out the setup. Let's see. Using these ballista specifications, if the ballista corals follow this trajectory, they'll hit the enemy lines, right?
Oh, that makes sense, because the enemy line will be here.
That's it! Okay, now try using that same technique and applying it to this other problem.
If the walls are this high and the enemy lines are at that distance... Oh, I think I see!
I knew you'd get it.
Wow, I didn't expect math of all things to be useful in a siege. This is tough. Numbers are not my strong suit. But this really is the sort of thing you have to know if you want to command troops.
That's true, but not everyone is good with numbers. That's why we have tacticians do these calculations for us, or prepare them before we go to battle. A century ago, the Empire's mathematicians played a huge role in the Battle of the Wall of Fodlan.
I had no idea. Hey, you really know what you're doing, Annette.
You think so?
Definitely. You've obviously done a lot of studying. I really admire that.
I suppose I have.
So, Seth, do you want to hear one of Brandon's worst ever jokes?
But necessity
Sure.
aside, it's nice to hear you say that.
In case you're wondering, YouTube, this joke comes from Genealogy of the Holy War. So Brandon says, why did the girl fall down the stairs?
Why?
Because she was clumsy.
Hey, Annette, hitting the magic
What?
books again?
Yeah,
Has anyone ever
I
told
know,
you
right?
you're pretty cute
It's
when you're
not
studying?
funny.
Sorry, Sylvain, but I'm trying to think right now.
Brandon, if you're watching this, that joke wasn't funny. I don't know why you said it.
With such small print. Is someone
Me and Cole immediately made fun of him for
The
it.
formula in this line here, the magical energy should...
confusing.
No, that's not
Is there a
right.
hidden meaning?
Even cuter when you're working through a difficult problem.
Sylvain, I'm serious.
I don't know, Seth.
Please be quiet.
Hang on. Look at the third line. You've got the formula wrong.
I said the... Oh, you're right. How did you know that?
Well, I mean, it's written right there.
Most people wouldn't be able to grasp this formula just by glancing at it. Have you read this book before?
Nope, this is the first time. Okay, now that I look at it, wow, this book makes things way more complicated than they need to be.
And what's your take on this part here?
It's just describing another application for the same formula. This is pretty easy.
You know, you're actually kind of amazing. I've been studying magic for a while now, but even I have trouble with this stuff. You act like all you do is mess around, but are you actually working really hard in secret?
Nah, hanging out with girls is way more fun. I guess I just picked this stuff up somewhere. Life is short, Annette. If you waste it working hard, it'll be over before you know it. Get out in the world. Have some fun.
That's easy for you to say. You're strong and smart without even trying. It's not fair. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.
No, I was just thinking you're pretty cute when you're sulking. You know that?
Uh-oh.
What is
I
wrong
keep
with you?
hitting my table with my foot.
Hey, I
Like
just got lucky with that stuff
knee
in the book. I'd
thing.
normally never be able to outsmart you. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here and leave you to it.
Got lucky, huh? I'm not so sure about that. Well, that does it. It might be tough, but I won't accept second place. Let's go, me. I can do this. I'm gonna finish this whole book before sundown.
That was quite a sigh. What's wrong, Ingrid?
Tell me, Sylvain, what am I to you?
You're my friend. One of my oldest, in fact.
An old friend, is it? Then why must I clean up the casualties left behind by your skirt chasing?
Nobody asked you to do that. Heck, I thought you enjoyed it. Besides, you're real good at it. I'm excited to continue working with you.
Do you mean to imply you have no intention of acting a bit more respectably?
Please don't yell like that. Everybody's staring at us.
When you were 8, you came on to my sweet, sweet granny. My granny!
Come on. I was 8 and she was That was a long time ago.
Sylvain hit on Ingrid's grandmother? Wow.
People can hear you. Please be quiet.
When you were 10, we went to that harvest festival, and you started making eyes at a scarecrow.
A scarecrow?
Wait a second. That was just an accident. A tragic, tragic accident.
When you were 15, you sought, relentlessly might I add, to involve yourself with Lord Gwendol's daughter. Who do you suppose made peace with the furious Lord despite having nothing to do with it? Me. Always me, always for you. Every time.
What a jerk.
You know what? This conversation is over. I'm done.
My point is that this has to end. Not later, but now.
Fine. I promise I'll try to change. Are you happy now?
I imagine that we are nearing the very end of the supports, YouTube. I think these are probably the final 2 if they are for sure doing them. If they're not, I might do more.
I sort of wanted it all. I mean, not that I was excessive. I think you bought just about as much as I did. Oh, really? The number of bags you're carrying says otherwise. What? That's... Oh, fine. You got me. I was just having too much fun. I love shopping with you, Mercy. It was fun. It's nice going into town without having to run errands for once. Isn't it? And I'm pretty confident the professor will forgive our little detour. This actually reminds me of going to school in Ferdiad. Me too. It almost feels like that time in our lives was a story from long ago. So much has changed since then. Oh, but there's at least one thing that hasn't changed. Me and you, right? We're the same old friends we always were. That's just what I was about to say. I've known you so long I can always guess. Mercy, we'll stay friends like this forever, won't we? Is something wrong? You sound worried. Since our time in the capital, so much has happened. We've had to make new lives for ourselves, and we've seen at least as many hard times as good. If things keep changing like this, I wonder if we'll be able to stay the same people we are now. I wonder that too. I don't think everything in the future will be perfect, but it's us. So I'm sure we'll figure it out together, right? How did you know what I was going to say? Oh, Mercy, I can always guess what you're gonna say. Oh, it's getting late. We better hurry back before the professor gets angry. You're right. Run, Mercy! What? Wait for me, Annie. You know I'm not as fast as you. Run!
Oh. So there's at least 3 supports left. Okay, those are the last 2. Sorry, there was previously 3. We'll do both of these in one video, YouTube. And then we'll be out of supports. Woo!
Suppose I'd better wrap up.
Good work with your training today, Ingrid. Here's something to wipe up the sweat.
Whoa, Mercedes. Hi. Hello. How long have you been... Thank you.
You're very welcome. I've been here since you started.
Not long. Huh. Well, my apologies for not having noticed you. I get so caught up in training, you know. But why are you here? I can't imagine it was too terribly interesting watching me.
I disagree. I just couldn't help but admire your training technique. I have to say, you are very impressive. I'm nowhere near as graceful as you.
Graceful? I wouldn't say that, but thank you. If I'm to be honest, I'm the one who admires you.
goodness, me? How so?
You're always so put together. You hold yourself with such poise and have such a keen eye for fashion. I mean, even the handkerchief you handed me smells like lavender, is it? It's just lovely.
That perfume is a favorite of mine. I'm so glad you like it.
Even the fact that you thought to put perfume on your handkerchief is delightfully foreign to me. I'd never have thought of that.
I'll gladly share some with you. You're welcome to come visit my room whenever you'd like. We can have tea and chat. How does that sound?
That sounds really nice. Yes. Sipping tea and having a chat. It's unlike me, but it sounds lovely.
From now on, we'll meet up whenever we have time. We can go right now if you're free.
Oh, no need to trouble yourself and rearrange things for me.
It's no trouble at all. You'll never know if you're the type who enjoys chatting over tea if you never try.
All right then.
I think this is it, YouTube! This is the last support for now! Woo!
Hello, Ingrid. Can I have just
I guarantee ya,
tiny moment of your
when
time?
I do all the stuff off camera, in between videos, like all the regular stuff here, there'll probably be more support, so, yeah.
And stuff like that.
I haven't the time to bother with such frivolities. As long as basic hygiene is being met, then I'm happy.
Oh, but you're missing out on something so fun. I mean, it's not like you need it, of course. You've got beautiful bone structure, lovely hair, long legs, but aren't you interested in trying something new?
Well, thank you. I suppose I do find it all somewhat intriguing. But my time is precious to me, and my focus is on knighthood. Taking time to paint my face simply isn't a top priority.
Sure, but imagine if you could combine the two and become the most fabulous knight ever. Okay, maybe I'm taking it too far. I know knights don't necessarily need a ton of makeup or things like that for the job. I'm just saying, I really think you'd enjoy it if you opened your mind to it. All I'm talking about is a light touch. I can see it now. Your gorgeous face done up with a delicate application of makeup. The fabulous knight who everyone looks up to and wants to be.
Well, maybe?
When do these games
I
take
guess.
place?
That does sound mostly harmless.
Hooray! Okay, we don't have a moment to lose. Here, take this makeup kit, play around with the colors, and see what speaks to you.
Now, wait just
It takes place in the Great Tree Moon of Imperial Year 1180.
Because I already have that one.
Oof, I would not trust that makeup
But
then.
I think it fits the look you're going for perfectly.
Well,
I
this is
actually
very
never
different
agreed to
from,
start putting that stuff on my face.
our world, so maybe it's more trustworthy.
Well then, I guess
Yeah.
this whole kit will have to go to waste.
I mean, they do have magic.
Throw it away
Yeah.
with the garbage it is.
And dragons.
You're throwing it away? I can't just stand by and let something go to waste. Okay.
It'll be really wacky if they ever decide to like do like a more modern themed Fire Emblem. Like that would be the weirdest thing ever. I've debated making a ROM hack
And I'm happy to
of
help
the
you
Napoleonic
too.
Wars, because I think it could be
Come on,
really
let's go to my
interesting to
room.
make Napoleon a
Some
Fire
brush
Emblem
techniques to show you
lord.
Before you get started.
Now, don't get carried away.
Include the real Napoleon in it?
Yeah, like base it off of the Napoleonic Wars and make Napoleon a Fire Emblem lord. It would essentially be the antagonistic main character I've always wanted in a Fire Emblem game. Really, the closest you can get is... I'm not going to say it because I don't want to spoil it for you, Seth. But let's just say one of the routes of this game is a lot more... could be viewed as a lot more antagonistic. Although I feel like it's not handled in an antagonistic way, but... Anyways, woo! That's all of them! Yeah! For now. It's all from
So Byleth could be an antagonistic character?
It's complicated.
Is that like a genocide route?
No, it's... I'll talk about it once we get further in this game. Anyways, YouTube, that's the end of this video. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.